accused me?" He stepped forward, but she held up a hand. "Stay where you are, sir. I know everything. My brother told me of your plot to replace him on the throne. I know how you came to the palace to win the Queen's affections. I know that your father has been planning your marriage to her since the day you were born, so that you would one day rule this country at her side. You have been deceiving us all, and for that reason I came here to tell you that anything I felt for you in the past is annihilated. Nothing I said remains true any longer, for I was misled, and I certainly have no intention of helping you escape your sentence, whatever it may be." He shook his head in disbelief. "You're lying. If you felt nothing for me, why did you come here? If I did not matter to you, you would simply watch my head roll." Her fury erupted again, for he was not wrong. She was not indifferent, but damn him for recognizing it, damn him for pointing it out. The chill of the prison cell seeped into her bones, and she rubbed at her arms. "I will never forgive you," she said. He stared at her. "Yes, you will, Rose, because you know I am innocent." She felt nauseous suddenly. A part of her wanted to weep at the loss of him. Another part of her wanted to strike him and shake him senseless until he confessed that he had treated her wrongly and that he was sorry, that he regretted all the lies and betrayals, and that this was all just a bad dream. "I know no such thing," she replied nevertheless. "My brother was poisoned with arsenic just like my father, who is now dead. You of all people know how much I loved my father, yet you, as a devout royalist, were behind the plot to kill him." He made a fist at his side. "No, I knew nothing of that, just as I knew nothing of the attempt on Randolph's life. I love you, Rose, you know that. You know I would never do anything to hurt you." He tried to move closer again, and what was left of her heart split in two. He was still the most beautiful man she had ever known, and despite all her cool, contemptuous bravado, she could never forget the passion they shared, how his touch had ignited her whole world into a boundless realm of happiness. But she must push those memories aside, for she was devastated by his betrayal and by the total destruction of her first love. How could she have been so foolish? How could she have not seen the truth? How would she ever recover from this? "Please," he said, spreading his arms wide in open surrender, "tell Randolph I had nothing to do with the arsenic. I confess I was raised as a royalist, and yes, my father wanted to remove your family from the throne, and I was involved in that. But since the day we met on that muddy road in England, Rose, I have cared less and less for politics and thrones. I fell in love with you. You know it in your heart." He inhaled deeply. "Speak to Randolph on my behalf. Tell him I am sincere. I knew nothing of the attempt on his life or your father's murder. Treason, yes, I am guilty of that. I was part of the plot to take back the throne, at least in the beginning, but I am no killer." Her heart was beating so fast she feared she might faint, but it was not like before, when her heart raced simply because Leopold Hunt, Marquess of Cavanaugh, entered a room. This was different. Everything had changed. She was not the same naive girl she was 6 months ago. The trust was gone. She must smother all that remained of her foolish infatuation. "It will fall on the court to determine whether or not you are a killer," she told him. "I cannot help you in that regard, for clearly I am incapable of sensible judgments where you are concerned." "That is not true." A part of her wanted to believe him, but she clung to the dark shadow of contempt that had taken over her soul. "Yes, it is," she replied, "for you were the worst mistake of my life." All the color drained from his face as if she had thrust a knife into his belly. "I pray you will not feel that way forever," he said. She laughed bitterly. "Why, so there might be a chance for us? Or perhaps you hope my feelings might change in time to reduce your sentence?" "It has nothing to do with that." For a flashing instant her thoughts flew back to that muddy road in England, when the world was a different place and she still believed in heroes and fairy tales. She quickly pounded the life out of that memory and kicked it into a deep grave. "If I must repeat myself, I will," she replied. "I want nothing more